Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, Helen B. and Leanne and Kerry. I miss Claire's compliments at the end. Kerry and Alex and Kinsey is here. Beautiful Kinsey and beautiful Marianne and Adam. With just 18 more subscribers. That's right. We need just 18. These 18 are going to take forever. Don't worry about it. If it comes at all. Thank you. I'm a huge TV star. Did you see me last night, Lewis Schaffer, a huge TV star? But thank you very much. Thank you. Claire is here. Simon is here. Keith Bexley. Are you from Bexley? That's down in the South Coast. John Van Dam. Well, hello there. Was you ever in that film, Kick-Ass Lewis? No, I don't know what that is. I'd like to be that. I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime. Anyway, I told... is Kerry. Thank you for saying that. And Ian and Mary Ann from Peekskill, New York, in the Hudson River Valley. It's the Hudson Valley. It's fantastic. Hudson is one of the most it's beautiful river. Beautiful river. Beautiful river. Kerry, Maltese Phil. Leanne is here. Beautiful Leanne. Okay. And let's see who else is here. Alex, of course. Alex, good to see you, Alex. Let's see. That's the beginning. Okay, maybe drop in on GB News when you use your "It's my last show" line for people to subscribe to you. People will subscribe. They'll leave, if they want to subscribe, they'll subscribe. It's only 1,000 people, which is good, but I mean it is good. It's good. In the past 2 months, I think we gained 500, maybe 300. I don't know. Mary Ann lives in the Hudson Valley. Peekskill is the Hudson Valley. It's the river of the Hudson. And Jedster's here. Thanks for that, Jester. I don't know if it was that good. My son didn't see me, so I can't ask him. But people seem to respond nicely. I mean, I get so excited, and then I yell at these people, the Labor people, the Tory people, and even the Reform people. I just yell at them. Something needs to be done. D.D. Plectrum is here. He's saying hello to Claire. Claire, say hello back to D.D. You were good. Thank you, Kinsey. It's good to hear. And Joodles, where is Joodles? Is Joodles here? I don't know where she is. You were good, Lewis. Thank you, Kerry. It's always good to hear that. I need to hear that. I'm just happy when the show is over. They don't say, this show cannot go out at 5 o'clock. That's how you know it's a good show. Because there are things you can't say. You can't curse and you can't say certain things. I love the passion last night on GB News. Lots of Twitter activity when you were on. Yeah, well, because we got to be passionate. Donna Aylesbury is back, so big round of applause for Donna. Even Reform are barking on about the digital ID cards now. Yeah, well, it's Labor. They're scum. I hate to say it. Problem is, you meet some of these Labor guys, like this guy on last night, Andy 12s. Struck me as a lovely guy. I spoke to him. He's nice. He's a lovely guy. They don't realize how bad they are. When you're young, you don't realize how bad the left is. I was a communist back then when I was 23 years old in 1980. And then slowly I thought, this is not right. And then when you find out what those guys did, John Loynes, we should be screaming. Well, that's what I want to tell people. We should be screaming. Not a fan of Andy, a bit smug and disingenuous. Well, Jedster, remember, when you're 23 years old, the only thing you have is smugness, is to think you're better than other people. If you go around thinking, I'm not as good as other people, they won't like you. But he's only 23. Yes, the Labor guy enjoyed you. He was laughing. Yeah, and I enjoyed him. I felt bad. And he did say something that was, I guess, winning a point about Palestine, saying 60,000 Palestinians died. Well, first of all, they started a war. They raped and murdered, okay, innocent people, and they're all hostile. And not only that, those are numbers that have come from the Palestinian Health Bureau, which was lying as the NHS. They're just liars. because that's what they actually have a term for what you're allowed to do in the Muslim faith. Anyway, I don't want to discuss it. He had the same accent as me, somewhere on the outskirts of Liverpool, where he came from, Kerry. I think he said he came from northern Mansfield, up there towards North, not Northampton. What's that other place that begins with an N? Nottinghamshire, possibly. I think he said that. I don't pay attention to other people. You know the score, you, Jared. Thank you. Stalking you all silently. Yeah, you're stalking. You're watching. Please. You're one of my favorite. I guess we call you guests. You're one of my favorite people, you, Jared. Even though I disagree, but you seem to be open to stuff, that's all we need to do. Thank you, Zingo, for asking how am I doing. I think I'm going to need your help today too. I had to wake up a bit early because I went to see my doctor. My new doctor. That's why I went there. You're on top form, Lewis. Hilarious stuff. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you very much. Not Northwich. No, not Northwich. Nottingham. I think you said that. Andy is the least worth lefty on GB News. Well, you have to have a lefty on. You can't just say we're not having lefties on. But, you have to have people to say you're totally wrong. The doctor, it goes like it always goes. You've got high blood pressure. You've got to take pills. What pills have you taken? Okay, continue to take those. Take this. So I got a prescription for amlodipine, which I took, which I don't want to take because it made my hands all swollen, but maybe because I was fatter back then. Maybe it's not going to happen. He cut the dosage of that. My blood pressure is about 170 over 100. That's about what it is, 165 over 100, 170. He sounded Scouse. Well, that's kind of like Scousey up there, I guess. I don't know. It takes a while for me to get to know people. I don't pay really that much attention to them, Kerry. So what am I answering the question? Joodles is here. Hello, Joodles. At least you're open to there being no such thing as germs. Yeah, there's no such thing as germs. There's bacteria that can make you sick, but there's no germ. There's DNA that can make you sick, but it's not a germ. It's other people's junk that makes you germs. Right. So he said this, I have to take that, and I got a prescription for losartan. So I'm doing 100 losartan, and then I'm also I don't want to take these pills. And I got another blood test I've got to go do. I love blood tests. I want to see how I'm doing. I dislike the lefties, but without them, we are debating in our echo chamber, although I do think they are dangerous. Thank you, Adam Hudson. Yes, I agree with you. We got to talk to somebody. That's my problem is, I know as soon as I know that there's a lefty there, I get really excited. And then I just think negative thoughts. And then I look at them and they're all right. Lewis, you're absolutely magnificent on GB News last night. That's why we all love you. You icon, says Zingo. That is the sweetest thing. That's why I come here. I come here for self-effect, whatever it's called, self-flagellate. I don't know what it is, for you people to be nice to me. Stephen Pound is my favorite lefty, says the Jedster. Old school has properly reasoned arguments. You can't have properly reasoned arguments as a lefty. You can't, because you're wrong. It's like properly reasoned arguments for genocide. Yeah, but it's wrong. There's no such thing as Palestinians. They're either Syrian, Egyptian, or Jordanian. Well, here is the truth. The truth is they think of themselves as Palestinian now, so maybe they are Palestinian. And other people think of them as Palestinians now, so they are Palestinians. And I feel bad for them. I shouldn't say this, but I feel bad for them. They're like, they want to imitate the Jews. The Jews were victims of genocide. So now Palestinians are saying that they're victims of genocide. The truth is, the Jews in Israel, 2 words. And I think I said it last night. I was really pleased with myself. Never again. Let people have a little fear. Don't mess with the Jews. So that's what the Jedster said. Claire, hello, beautiful Claire. Adam, indeed, dangerous because they don't deal in facts. That's to the left. They don't deal in facts. They think that they're better than everybody else. So you can't have a reasoned argument with somebody like that. Okay, what is Romantis? Hello, Romantis. You've been on here before, right, Romantis? Thank you for coming in. Look into methylene blue. What about methylene blue? I don't like to take pills or ingredients. Methylene blue. It sounds too easy to me. You'll have to tell me all about it, Romantis. If you like. If you don't like, I'll look it up. Stolen Israeli land. Well, we could say we stole their land. All land is stolen. There's somebody living there beforehand. The question is it our stolen land? You shouldn't give away land that you stole fair and square. Like Britain. It's stolen land, but the Angles and the Saxons and the Jutes all stole the land. The Normans stole the land. The Celts, where did the Celts come from originally? Producer, where did the Celts come from originally? They came from like down Spanish land. Kinsey says, never again. That's what we should say in this country. Don't mess with us, please. Look up isometric wall sit to lower blood pressure. Oh my God, that sounds like work. Sounds like exercise noodles, Helen B. Never again really made me cry last night. Why to make you cry? I was advocating almost nuclear war. It doesn't really. I don't even know what I'm advocating, but something needs to be said. Was it funny that I said never again? You should look in their face and say, this is not going to be like the Holocaust. It's going to be a different kind of Holocaust. We're not going to go march into the concentration camps. Never again true. Islamists beheading Christians in Mozambique. Horrifying. Yeah, then they think they're allowed to do that. They think they're allowed to do that. We think we should make love to people. They're thinking that we're going to kill them. Lewis, someone has posted a video of you on last night's show. It's you dancing in a nightclub. Have you seen it? I know that video. I thought it was... did they post it? Where did they post it? I mean, it's funny. There's lots of stuff. There's too much stuff on me that's like really, really dirty. Not too much dirty. It is dirty. Lately, I've become like so brazen. I don't care. I do care. I do care. But I thought that was a video thing. That's how unhealthy I was. Did you see how unhealthy I was in my heart? It was a bit of acting, but I looked so unhealthy. Look at how fat I looked. Judels, it took me back to the horrors of studying it at school. I can't bear the thought of people not believing it actually happened. Leanne, yeah, they don't believe it actually happened. People are so stupid. Anyway, what are you saying? Thank you, Carrie. I'll have to look for that video. Rianne, they took the land from Jordan with Jordan's blessing. A lot of it, they didn't want to deal with the Palestinians. They were fewer than the Palestinians. Are the Palestinians bad? Well, they're not good to us. Are they good to themselves? They're good to themselves. They're fighting for themselves. They're fighting for themselves. Let them fight for themselves. We got to fight. We English people have to fight for ourselves. I hope people don't listen to this, and think that I'm a bad person. They might think that. Ruben is in the house. Ruben, I'm not going to read what Ruben says, but I agree with you. I'm afraid. Aren't we all afraid? We're all afraid. That's why we've got to act as I don't know what we've got to do. Well, I might get a knock on the door from the police saying, we heard you said this. It's called Kiss Lewis Schaffer's Ass. Yes, it is, Russ. It is. Why not? Or you could disagree with me. I'm not going to be mad at you if you disagree with me. I argue with you, but I'm not going to be mad. I'm going to say, we got to work on this thing. Palestinians were kicked out of Jordan after they tried to overthrow the king. Same thing in Egypt. There's a huge wall preventing Palestinians from coming. Methylene blue, according to Romantis. Okay. First of all, let me just say this. Leanne says it's a 2-hour show. She's laughing. That's funny. Not a 1 hour of kissing Lewis. Methylene blue is a liquid that one takes small amounts of. It wasn't intended to be a drug. Well, no, nothing was ever intended to be a drug, except the drugs that don't work. People realize it increases communication between mitochondrial DNA. It makes your brain fit. I like that idea. That might be true. I'll have to check that out. Methylene blue. Is anybody else taking methylene blue here? Want to put in a word? Because Romantis, where are you from again, Romantis? She's heard good things about it. Vatanai says yes. So that's one person who agrees. Palestinian ended up in Lebanon. And it went well for the Lebanese, didn't it? Yeah, totally it did. But I remember 1980, people were talking about how bad Israel was, that they destroyed Lebanon. during the war down there. But the truth is that it was destroyed already. Let's see. Claire is afraid. Well, I don't be afraid, Claire. I don't like to see you afraid. I'd like to see anybody afraid. I'm afraid, and I try not to. I try to pretend I'm not afraid. I was 7 on a bus in the Bronx, and I saw a number of an older woman. A number, yes, yeah, a number on an older woman's arm. Asked my mother about it. I can't recall how she explained it to me. Yeah, I saw that too. In New York, they were, yeah, horrible. How could you do that to people? Put a tattoo number on. That just shows incredible disrespect. That's what's happening here. Okay, so there you go. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, Lewis, not in the slightest, but I'm a realist. Well, the truth is, if you're going to be a Jew, you've got to know these kind of things happen. Where is that nightclub in Edinburgh? I think it was in Edinburgh. Yeah, it was in Edinburgh at the festival. I was at the festival every year for like 14 years. I'm interested in methylene blue, but how do you know you're getting the good stuff? The adverts on Amazon aren't convincing. Yeah, what could it be? It could just be fake, whatever that stuff is that they were making in Breaking Bad, Malteseville. You don't know. That's the thing. Everywhere yeah, Claire. Yeah. Okay, germs. What are you calling germs, Lewis? Do you mean viruses? No. I mean there's no such thing as viruses. Yes. I mean there's no such thing as viruses. Are bacteria? Could you call those germs? No. No, it's just schmutz. It's schmutz. There's no such thing here. There's just bacteria and schmutz. And bacteria is a form of schmutz. You get too much of that in your body, it's not good. Romantis is from the Midlands. My granddad has Alzheimer's. He's taken methylene blue for 6 months, and he's so much better. I take it now, and it's made me more focused. Methylene blue was made to be a blue dye. Was made to be a blue dye. What do you mean by that, Romantis? But yeah. What about eating meat? Are you a meat eater, Romantis? Because I believe in meat. Meat has helped me be more focused. Is it helping you guys? Germ schmerm, says Russ. Yeah, I don't believe in germs. A pet cat will lower your blood pressure. Or a frog. Lower blood pressure, yeah. Very funny, Russ, germ schmerms. The point is that they want us to believe that there's a little tiny little thing, like I always say, it's one little bit of blue or black ink on this thing. It goes into your bloodstream and it goes around and starts growing and it takes over and you die. Yeah. So try Lewis's merch store. Maybe I could sell it in the merch store. Methylene blue was created to be nothing but a dye. It's been used for over 100 years. Okay, yeah. Or is it one of those German dyes? The Germans used to be so good at that stuff before they killed all the Jews. And then they lost all the, they didn't lose all the science, but they lost a lot of the science. But there you go. Person of interest. Hello. Also somebody new. Thank you, person. Make sure whenever I see somebody new, just like it if you can and join, subscribe, send us don't send us any money if you're new, but subscribe. That's free. My last baby was born in 1971, which makes her 54 years old. At delivery, I noticed a tattooed number on his upper arms. I just knew he had been through something awful. I don't know what that means exactly, but a tattoo number is it's really a tragic thing. Shows such disrespect. Such disrespect. Why would you even tattoo? I mean, it sounds almost unreal. Why would you tattoo somebody you've got in a prisoner of war camp? Why? There are so many supplements recommended by various dudes. It's wise to be cautious. Vatanai, I'm exactly with you. Yeah, exactly. You eat proteins, Lewis, says you, Jarrett. And you believe in DNA. So you know that viruses are DNA surrounded by proteins. Maybe they are. They could be DNA surrounded. But are they duplicating? Are they taking over bodies, causing disease? That's the question. Tell me that. I don't think that they are, but maybe you know that they are. Person of interest, named after the best predictive TV series ever. I don't know that. Is that a TV series coming out of Britain? Person of interest says, sorry, the doctor. Oh, you noticed the a number on the doctors? Oh, yeah, 1971. Yeah, yeah, they were killing doctors. That's what kind of people they are. And I don't even like doctors. Person of interest. That's a really interesting story. I remember seeing someone in the basement of Barney's, the clothing store in New York, and it was like, ooh. I heard Burberry was good for type 2 diabetes, made no difference. Is that what you're saying, Phil? I don't think you need to take pills for diabetes, metformin, or any of these other stuff. You need to just stop the carbs. I'm addicted to carbs. I go out into the park and just eat carbs. So methylene blue. I don't trust it, but maybe it could work. Maybe it could work. Maybe it could work. Lewis, could you please do a shout out to my neighbor, Paige? Her surname is Turner. Paige Turner. You make me laugh, Russ. Make me laugh. Is Lorna here to hear this? Lewis dancing. Is it on Discord? Maybe I should play it here. I'll play it. This is maybe what this thing is for. Hold on a second. Lewis Schaffer YouTube dancing. Let's see if we can find this thing. I don't see it. Where is it? I've got so much stuff there. A lot of it's just like garbage, really. I'm such an underperformer. Okay. Okay. Old man goes hard on the dance floor. How about this? How about that? Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm afraid to play the music. Hold on. I'm afraid to play the music. Let me just see. Video capture device. Window capture. Window capture. Not this. There we go. Let's see if that works. That's not working. Why is that not working now? How come this is not working? Capture cursor. Where is this? Why is this not working? I don't know why this is not working. Columbus.
What?
Why is this capture screen not working?
You always do this every single time, and then you figure out how to fix it.
I don't know. I'm trying to find this out. What do I have to press here? I'm pressing window capture. Or is it video capture device?
Window capture. Window.
Window, okay.
The cog.
The cog, right. I press the cog, right?
It says working already. It's working.
Is it the video still going?
Yes, you have to go onto YouTube for it to.
Okay, there we go. Can you see this? Can everybody see this? I can't hear you, or I'm not seeing this. Look at how fat. Can you see this? There I am. No, that's not me. That's a pretty girl. That's a pretty girl doing funny things. They're doing funny things in the back. There's Lewis Schaffer. Look at how fat. Oh my God. Look at how fat. Can you see this? Can everybody see how fat I am? Look at this. I'm so fat, so gay. Look at how gay I am, trying to be gay. And somebody loved me back then, or they liked me because I was going to be an international celebrity or something. Oh, my God. What happened there? What happened? There we go. Look, I'm dancing, running out of steam because I'm fat, hurting the back. The guy's laughing. The gay guy's laughing. Gay guy's laughing. Not gay at that time. Okay, there we go. There we go. Was that all right? Did you see that? Lewis was really going for it. Yeah, we're going for it. Ian Eggs, I was a fatty. That's how I can shame you people. I can say, don't be fat. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's really ugly. So we had some new people come in here with Lucy. Lucy, come in. Lucy, I'm on here. Just click the channel, then click the videos. It's right there. It's on here. It's on here. Okay, so it is on here. I just did it. Julie says, we'll end up with the echo if he opens. Yes. Okay. So I can't talk. Let's see what this thing is. Yeah. Lauren is here. Lewis, I'm here. Did you hear Russ said something funny? He always says something funny. Well, end up in the, yeah. So Joodles. Thank you, Joodles. That's what I look like fat. Did you all see me fat? The echo is just a daily part of the show. Yeah, just get used to it. There's nothing I can do. Ian Haig says, what do you call a man with a paper bag on his head? This is a joke from Ian. They're competing with the jokes. What do you call a man with a paper bag on his head? What do you call that? Fatty. Is that me? No, that's not what you said. I'm now behind. Don't post anything for a second while I catch up with everybody, please. Leanne, check out the John Travolta in the film Saturday Night Fever song. You should be dancing. Brilliant. Yeah, okay. Lorna says, well done. Russ likes, yeah, likes it. And Nonstick Nick is here. We got 35 people already. That's fantastic. It's Friday. It's good. It's good. We're Friday. We can talk about that. Share it to Discord. Maybe I will. Or somebody else share it to Discord. Going hard. I think that's what it's called. Lewis Schaffer, Going Hard. Lewis was really going for it. Yeah, I was going for it. Was that a gay bar? Every bar nowadays is a gay bar. The guy looked at me. Did you see how the guy looked at me? He looked at me and said, I like you. What do you call a man with 50 rabbits up his bottom? Nonstick Nick. What does Nonstick Nick? I don't know. Lewis, I was having a good time, but I didn't realize how fat I was. I was so unattractive. I was really unattractive. And I wasn't always that way. When I was with my boys, at 43, I was very slender. And then at 53, I was fat already. Proper dad dancing. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, because I was a dad at that time with gray hair and fat, not attractive. Or does anybody find me more attractive then than I am now? I don't know. What do you think, Joodles or Romantis? How do you turn a duck into a soul? Oh, now we're going to be competing with bad jokes. Okay. Thank you. John Loins is here. So let's give John Loins a round of applause. Let's give Lucy a round of applause. Lucy Van Pelt, a round of applause. How do you turn a duck into a soul singer? Put it in the washing machine until it's Bill Withers. That's a good joke. Rianne Bastion from Wales. More lurching than dancing. Yeah, men reach a certain age. They just can't dance. And that's black or white unless they're super trained. And then it's not dancing anymore. It's choreography. This was clearly before fat shaming had been invented. Yeah, because people didn't know that fat was so dangerous. I wasn't fat shaming anybody. I didn't even know that I was fat. I mean, I was fat shaming. Because I wanted a thin. I'm not going to say who was fat. This was clearly before. Right. Says Jedster, you're right. But fat has always been bad. We got to stop being fat. Raise your hand if you don't want to be fat. Marianne McCara says, joke. We're doing more and more jokes. I'm like the arbiter of the jokes. Is that what it is? Or I'm just a read. What did they say about the farmer? He was outstanding in his field. That's another good joke. Evie is here. Evie, good to see you. Lewis, you've got the moves. You're just saying that. Are you still with Tony? Is Tony still around? Are you living with Tony after all these years still? That's a great romantic story. But you were beautiful. Kinsey says they were 43. Tony wasn't bad looking himself. He was like a South London boy, basically. Carrie says Russell. Russell who? What a lucky man dancing with you. I'm jealous. Yeah, I was dancing with a guy. But you know what it is? We're on holiday, so you can be gay on holiday. It's a good joke, Romantis, says Lorna. She's from the Midlands or North, whatever it is. I'm probably better at singing, laugh out loud. Leanne. I feel like we're making progress, Lewis. Now, how do you think the mRNA vaccines had their side effects? Because all foreign junk in a body causes side effects, including food, which is supposed to be delicious, causes side effects. That's how it does it. It's not that it's growing. It's just that it's there. It's that it's in your body. And it irritates. It goes into your stomach, into your blood. It's irritating. Is that the right answer? You, Jarrett. Lewis, who makes the most money, a prostitute or a drug dealer? A prostitute, says Russ, because she can wash. Okay, all right. I can't be critical because people like these jokes, Russ. They like these jokes, and Lorna likes these jokes. I like them too. My mother used to tell super dirty jokes too, and I liked it. But you don't know. Some people are very picky. Next time you wear really tight gold hot pants when you're dancing. Yeah. I'd like to be attractive. Don't we all, Zingo? Don't we all want to be stared at and looked at? And like somebody fancying us. We do, and we want to do it to everybody. Definitely I prefer you now, Lewis. Thank you, Leanne. Because I'm here right now. You can say that now because I can't go back in time. I think you look very similar to Brian Cox. Yeah, people have said that to me a lot. I don't know who. Don't think I've ever seen anything that Brian Cox is in, but they say that. They say that to me. So Leanne says, Zingo, now I'd pay to see that. Me dressed up like that. I mean, I'm filled with dirty thoughts. I feel bad. Just dirty thoughts. I've got such energy now. Way more than I had 10 years ago. 10 years ago, horrible. Yeah, so let's get back on track. Oh, we're back on track. What happened here? I don't know. I can't keep it this thing. Let me get back. Joke. Why don't skeletons fight according to Maltese Phil from Malta? They don't have the gut. They don't have the guts to fight. That's a good one too. That's a good one. You looked fit, Lewis. No, I did not, Kerry. I don't even say that. Can you do a Scottish accent? No, I can't. I can't even do a New York accent anymore. We sound New York enough. I agree, Leanne. Lewis is way more sexy now. Thank you. See, Claire always comes in to say the right thing. The right thing. Always good. Uproar last night, but Lewis delivered the facts. Yeah, the facts are, I'm scared. We should be screaming. Lorna Hutchinson says, Leanne, I did see a gorgeous looking Lewis with dark hair. Yeah, my hair was dark, and then it got a little bit of gray, so I colored it, and then it got it's better. I think I look better this way. I'm not sure. I would definitely look worse if I colored my hair right now. I think about it occasionally, but I don't want to do it. I mean, and my hair is like, it's still hair, but I used to start from here and work its way up. Maltese Phil joke. Maltese Phil, he says joke. I told my boss her eyebrows, and she looked, her eyebrows, not highbrows, were too high, and she looked surprised. That's also a good joke. There's a million good jokes. Those are good jokes. Has anyone seen the young British guy who's buying a boat in France and sailing across from Calais to Dover illegally? He was on GB News. Yeah, because they don't realize how bad it is, how bad the situation is. So they just think we're helping these poor people. But then again, if you're an American, they don't want you. That's what somebody said I was an American, but they would never have said that to somebody from Somalia or Algeria or Syria. 982 subs, only another 18 to go, says Jedster. I appreciate that. Thank you. Can you, everybody, let's at the very least like this thing, because then it helps the logarithm. Go to subscribe. So we got one more closer. If we got one more day, that's 18 days, which is really good. I'm saying we, but I'm going to get the money. I like the jokes, says Zingo. They're funny. Yeah, I like it too. I like these jokes. They're better than somebody being nasty, but then I don't mind. Steve's Laws was going to do that, Kinsey, but the police said they'd arrest him if he did. Yeah. If you want to play man's games, you should be bad things. But then they might knock on my door and say, Lewis, maybe they don't take me seriously enough. I'm offended either way if they take me seriously or they don't take me seriously enough. And people say, well, he's kidding. He's kidding. I think we need to be nice to people, but we need to fight for ourselves, do we not? We need to fight for you people. I believe in fighting for the weak people, not strong. I don't care about the fat, says Vantanai's music. He doesn't care. But what a terrible dance that can't be that can't be now unseen. Yeah. I was 55 years old, probably. I fully expect that guy to get arrested and not be put in a hotel, laugh out loud. Yeah, well, who knows? You don't know with this government. They're always lying about what they're doing. One in, one out. It should be one in, one out up the people's butts. I don't care about the fat. Okay, that's what Martin I's music said. So Kerry said that. Kinsey said that. Kinsey's doing a great job. Can we go to the Discord? Can you make a note of it so you can go later? How many do we have enough people in the Discord? If you want to talk to somebody, or you could say, I'll meet you at the Discord, and maybe you can make a friend, and you can invite me over to watch. I'm sorry. I fully expect the guy to get arrested. Yeah, says Kinsey. Yeah, that's just horrible, really. Okay, where are we up to? Lewis, you look so hot and sexy. The Silver Fox. Yeah, thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Lorna. And thin. And I put a lot of hard work into being thin. And that's why when I gained about 600 grams yesterday by being at GB News and having 6 biscuits, I feel dirty. Lewis Zingo says. A person of interest says, dyed hair makes your face look older, in my opinion. That's totally true. Because as I'm getting older, I don't have as much color as I used to have. That's a really good point, person of interest. Patrick Christie likes you. Who says he likes me? Does he like me? Hold on a second. I've got to go up a little bit. That's what Zingo says. I appreciate that, Zingo. And is looking after you when he's on GB News. Well, number one, I think he is. He's great. He's professional. Because I tell him how good looking he is, and he is really good looking. He's got to be thin, and I feel he's honest. He's for a TV presenter. Kinsey, I saw that boat bloke on GB News. It was brilliant. I didn't see that. I'd have to check that out. Oh my God, says Leanne. Romantis, isn't that a brilliant idea? What was that idea? Romantis. Now I got to go back and look for it. Where is? We can email ITV2 to get Lewis on Big Brother. He would be hilarious. He'd rub everybody up the wrong way. Yeah, I could probably do that now. I could do that now. The mother of my children didn't want me to do anything like that. Are we the weak people? I don't mean you're weak, but you're not. We're on the back foot. This country. Is that horrible that I say that? This country's on the back foot. You're not abusers. You're not colonizers. You're not genociders. You're lovely people as a whole, you, Jarrett. You're not weak. We're just on the back foot. And it's like the Jews say, never again. People thought the Jews were like victims. No, we're not victims. Never again. Never again. That's a good idea, Romantis. I appreciate that. I mean, don't kill yourself. To go to ITV2 to get Lewis Schaffer on. Russ says, Lewis, how can you get 4 female porn stars to sit in a chair? Remember, porn stars are still women. Let's be nice to women. Evie, how are you? No, Lewis. Tony and I split up a few years ago. That's so sad. He will always be special to me. Don't tell him that. Tell him you got to hunt him down and kill him. You're going to Me Too him. Don't tell him he's always special. He's bad. It's bad. I told him you were now famous. Not sure he has seen you on GB News. Am I famous, though? I'm sure I've got some photos of you from then. Yeah. Put them up, especially if they're fat and I look ugly. That's the best thing, because we're trying to get everybody to lose weight. Well, it's nice to know you're... it's not nice to know. Steve, what can you do to get back together again with him? But maybe you don't want to. Maybe he doesn't want. You know what I mean? I'm like a romantic. I want people to be together and in love and have me in the corner watching. Is that wrong? That I'm in the corner watching the whole thing? I think it is wrong of me to be that way. Lewis in the celeb jungle, says Ian Higgs. It'd be funny. Joodles ghosted you on Discord. I haven't gotten over it. Well, she ghosted me. She signed off. She blocked me on all the accounts. You know, she's a tough cookie. She's from Northern Ireland. Those women are very, very scary and beautiful, too. She's really beautiful and very scary. I assume she's beautiful. Anyway, Joodles, why did you ghost Maltese Phil? I like Maltese Phil. He's from Malta. Ian, I think Lewis would do the jungle. Not a bother. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun, but then they'd find out. You know, you could see the Daily Mail or the Mirror doing an article about how pervy Lewis Schaffer is. Basically, are you gonna what are you gonna do? You gonna go out for a WA?
Leave me alone.
I'm not allowed to talk to my son. He doesn't like when I talk to him anymore. He used to be my favorite son. Do you remember when you were my favorite son? Did you ever think that you were my favorite son? Yes or no? Hello. He doesn't want to talk to me. 40 minutes. We went on only for 40 minutes. Okay, the Jedster. 6 is unforgivable. 2 is the limit. What is that 6 for? What does that mean, 6 is unforgivable? John Loins. You're eating mac and cheese, fruit, biscuits, pizza, yet still slim. Yes, but it's still carbs. I'm eating about 100 slightly over 100 grams. 100 grams of carbs a day. Is that good? I'd like to be keto. Yeah, I'm still thin because I'm eating 19. In order for me to lose weight, I have to eat 1,900 calories. And if I didn't go to GB News and have 5 or 6 biscuits, I wouldn't need to be dieting as strong. John Loins, how many calories are you eating? You're tall too. You're tall and beautiful. Kerry Lewis would have left the hate mob after him if he went on on a reality show. I'd figure out how to make them like me without just screaming at them. You know, I don't know. Some people still on the left, they don't like me. Oh my God, Maltese Phil, I didn't. I'm just not on Discord now. So you're wrong, Maltese Phil. That's what Judel says. She's just not on Discord. Lewis, if you do the jungle, I have to be your PA friend. What does that mean? What is a PA friend? Hold on a second. Don't move. Oh, I'm going up and it should be going down. Okay. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. I'm losing the thread. I'm losing the thread. I don't know. Well, wait. Let's. I don't know. Understand what's happening here. I've lost the thread. Okay. Leanne said, Lewis, if you do the jungle, I have to be your PA friend that comes with you. I mean, on the show? Yeah, could do. We'll have to maybe make some kind of like thing or something. Some kind of thing on the thing, and whoever does the thing gets to go with me. I mean, we'll see how much you want it, Leanne, because I am very susceptible to people wanting it. Maybe Judels wants it, or Kinsey, or Daddy, Bannister, or Romantis. I'd have sex while Lewis watches. This is so bad. We're so bad. They'll scour this for the horrible things. Television as we know it would explode if Lewis went to the jungle. Lewis can't do the jungle. People have never heard of him. Don't say that, Maltese Phil. You have. That's true. That's true. They've never heard of me. Try your cue again. I'm dying to know the answer. What does that mean? Try your cue again. You are, Leanne, Y-O-U apostrophe R. You're famous to us? Yeah, maybe that's all that matters. Probably not. I've tried not to be famous because when I'm famous, it's not nice to be famous with people who don't like you, like what happened with the disability people. Screw those people, but now they hate me. I wasn't even filled with hatred, but I'm filled with hatred now. I turn in for Lewis on a paradise island. Welcome to Britain. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean, welcome to Britain? Maybe they would like me there. Seriously, Lewis, there's no way PC television, is what Russ says, would let a Jewish person win on Big Brother. Yeah, I would fight. I would tell them, not all Jews are as horrible as you think we are, as horrible as they say we are. Romantis would have sex. Who would you have sex with? Would you have sex on the show? How old are you? Don't say how old you are. I don't want to know. Don't say that. If I ever ask you how old you are, do never answer that. I don't care. Joodles, Kerry Macca says, us Northern Irish women are scary. Yeah, you are scary. You are very, very scary. You grew up in very tough times. First of all, you're Scottish women who moved there. And so Scottish women are crazy to begin with. And then you have to deal with the native population. It rains all the time. Very scary. But also when you're nice, you're like really nice. This is from what I know, not that I know, but you strike me as being really, really, from the little bit that I do know. Don't mess with the Celts. No, yeah. You are terrifying, Joodles. You are. Pervy is okay, Lewis. Yeah, there you go. Always coming in with the right thing to say, Claire C. Pervy is okay. The eating test would get him, though, out in the jungle if they tried to make him eat carbs. I love carbs, so I would not have a problem. But that's funny, Leanne. I would not have a problem because I would just say, I got to eat the carbs. I mean, I don't want to eat any bugs. Do you want to eat bugs? Do you want to eat bugs? No, you don't. Lorna says, a very thin, toned Lewis Schaffer, very scrumptious. There you go. Yeah, very good. You're learning from Claire C. That's exactly what I like to hear. Scrumptious, thin, and beautiful. Thank you. Lewis, you can't help being an icon. It's not your fault. You just are. Thank you. You are my icon, Zingo. You are my icon. We're all going to get together. And Lewis Schaffer's going to walk around without his shirt on. And you're going to go, ooh. No, you're not. I don't think you are. He would go on if he knew how much weight he would lose. Yes, I'd come out thinner. That's really brilliant. I didn't say I'm not going to go on, but I think that's a good idea. A good idea. I'd be thinner. Person of Interest, which is a TV show, which I didn't know. I wish I could drop carbs. I feel like a pasta right now. Yes, it's so hard. Is it not hard to stop eating carbs? The problem is, number one, we have so many good memories of carbs. Carbs are have a drug effect on us. They affect our brain, every cell in our body, the mitochondria, the leptins. They make us happy. Number two. Number three is one bite of carbs, person of interest, makes us want to have more. So don't feel bad about it. What we need to do is we need to go in and we need to say, I'm walking in the park. I'm going to have one apple right now. One apple. I'm not going to have two. And even after I have one, I'm not going to go and reach for a second one. I'm going to have maybe 5 small plums, and that's it. And that's it. You know? And then if you do eat carbs, for every 100 grams of carbs, I'm an expert in this, person of interest, I'm an expert, but if you do eat carbs, you have to, for every 100 grams of carbs, you have to allow for 300 grams of water to bind it with your body. And if you do that, what happens there? You're going to gain 400 grams, which means you should eat 400 calories less food, I think. Let's see. Where are we here? What have I gone? I don't know what happened. Now I've gone too far. I don't know what happened here. Oh my God, I'm really so far behind. Okay, so we got the eating test. Lewis, when are you going to do, would you ask them to, when they're doing it, do you ask them to say, oh, what a lovely tea party. What a lovely tea party. That's more teas, Phil. Lewis, I can't help being an icon. You can't help being an icon. Okay, we're catching up. We're catching up. Lewis is the awkwardness we all wish we were. That's actually, can I write that down? Or I'm openly awkward, I guess. I'm going to have to write that down. Romantis. But that's kind of true, Romantis. I think people can see that I'm saying things, whatever. The awkwardness we all wish. I don't think you wish you had it. I think you just wish that you wished not you don't nobody wants to be awkward, but you want to be able to get through the awkward situations and be happy about it and not be upset and just say, you know what, I'm awkward. I made you awkward. Live with it. Live with it. Okay. That's Romantis. That's a very good point, Romantis. Who rammed the biscuits down your carb-loving throat? I'll tell you what did it. Number one, me not knowing that they're as bad as they are. Number one, that they're free and people are just laying about, that they're free. Once you have one, it hits your mitochondria and every cell in your body, and it tells your body, have a second. Have a second, Lorna. So nobody rammed it down. And then you had two. Oh, I might as well just have three. They can't be that much. They're small little biscuits, cream biscuits. I had 5 or 6 or maybe even 7. So that's the fact. Chris King is in the house. Chris King, I've watched pathetic Lammy giving reasons to Vance why Labor are going to recognize Palestine if Israel doesn't do as we say. What a FFing joke. Sort out the UK before interfering. Yeah. Remember what Israel is saying to itself as you're telling it what it should and shouldn't do. Never again. Never again. We're not putting up with it again. We're going to do what we think is right. We're not going to go, oh, they're probably not going to. They're probably giving us a new home somewhere. It always happens. We get kicked out and we'll start again. It's like my friend said to me, and I think this was Doug. He said to me that the worst thing might not be the worst thing. They say the worst thing that can happen. What's the worst thing that can happen? So your mind goes to the worst thing. But maybe it's even worse. Maybe it's even worse. Can I just say this to all the people out there? I know what very few of you women look like, but Yvette is very beautiful. So I'm just telling you that, and she is very beautiful. Yeah, there you go. And Yvette is on the celebrity. Yeah, she's loving. So there you go. At least she was to me. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Jay Lammy, is he an idiot? I don't know if he's an idiot. All left-wing people are either idiots or liars. I'm sorry. They're either idiots because they mean so well. They think that they're helping people, but they're not. They're not. Lewis in the Jungle would be brilliant TV. Well, maybe I'll become famous here. How many people are watching us here? Maybe I'll be famous. Romantis. Okay, yeah. So thank you, Yvette. Leanne says, I do the thing with the thing that does the thing. What's the thing? What's the thing? I don't know what the thing is, but let's be careful. Let's be careful. But how can I join you? Can I watch it myself? Can I help? I'm on my second large Morrison's peach custard trifle. You're just being contrary against Lewis. Yeah, of course you'd have 2 of them. You think, oh, it's just kind of what is a trifle? It's kind of like jelly, or as we call it, Jello, and cream, whipped cream. I don't know. Zingo, it's not good. It's not good. Maltese. He read it wrong. What did I read wrong? What did I read wrong, Maltese? Leanne, what did I read wrong? Leanne. I'll do the thing with the thing that does the thing. What's the thing? Did I read it right? Yeah, Maltese. It's how people have never heard of me. Maybe they haven't. You've heard of me. I've heard of you. Joodles. She's laughing. Joodles is a good laugher. And they laugh hard. Claire C. Can we have that in writing, Claire? Lewis is a legend in his own tea time. I never think I'm a legend. I never think I'm famous anymore. I used to put on shows and think, oh, look at all the people that come to my shows, and no one turns up. If Lewis were a breed of dog, what dog would he be? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Well, what breed would you be, you Jarrett? What breed would you be? I see you as like a what do you call those dogs? As a with the ears and the basset hound. The basset hound. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking of. Lewis is a hot legend. There you go. Claire always coming in. She's always there. Always there for Lewis. I'd get paid well if I did a show on the thing. A golden retriever. You think I'm a golden retriever? I'm not a golden retriever. I'm a dork. Maybe a black golden retriever. Ian Higgs. It's a proper bow to tell thee. It's proper bow to tell thee. I don't know what that means. Jack Russell. Is you a Jack Russell? Yeah. Lewis, go on Big Brother, yeah. ITV2 is rubbish. Yeah, of course it's rubbish. It's rubbish. It's basically BBC with ads. Is that right? Or with lack of pretense. Oh my God, we're so far behind. We are so far behind. What happened? We are so far behind. I just pressed a button and suddenly it's like three things down. Half of the people, Russ says, on that stupid jungle show are not famous. Well, they're not famous to you. I don't know. I never watched it. My ex-wife used to watch those shows all the time. Rottweiler and Poodle. Vicious and soft at the same time. Is that what I am? Is that what you is? Deputy Dog, says Lucy. Lucy is good to see Lucy. She could comment a bit more if she wants. A witchetty grub is all proteins. You'd lose weight and be notorious. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would maybe lose weight. Okay, Hong Kong Phooey was the best, says Ian Higgs. Top Cat. It's a great. Oh, we're talking about cartoons. Awkwardness is very attractive, says Person of Interest. I don't think awkwardness is attractive. I don't think it is. Is it attractive? Okay. I have not watched television for over 10 years. I'd never heard of Greg Wallace until that scandal. I would not know any of the TV stars because you're old. We're old. If I saw getting a massage by Big Brenda, you wouldn't know them. Big Brenda at the Rio Spa. I'm going to head up there. You, Jared. I think Lewis may want to be one of those toy dogs that rich women have to be carried around with him. Yes, I'd love that. My friend Angela has a dog like that. Yes, one of those dogs. She carries it around. It's a nice dog. It's a Chihuahua. It's really nice. It barked like crazy in the beginning and then it stopped. He'd be fussed and fed and loved by beautiful women. Yeah. You, Jarrett, is totally right. Last night you didn't know how bad biscuits are, Lewis. I didn't. You know what? You can't imagine, but each biscuit has about 100 calories, especially the cream ones. Yeah, they're bad. They're bad. You lie to yourself. I'm a liar. Aren't you? We're all liars. We all think we're thin and we're fat. We all think we're medium and we're fat. We all think that we're eating a right diet and we're not. But it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. Lewis, how did you create those bots like Lucy and Joodles? Who compliment you? Yeah, me. How did I? Here is the point. Here's the most amazing thing about this program is Lucy and Joodles, to a lesser degree, are like AI. They're like AI to me. They don't care about me or like me or do anything like this, but they're there. They're there, and I talk to them, and I pretend that they're real people, but they don't really love me. I think. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Wasn't Lammy embarrassing? I can imagine he's with J.D. Vance, and J.D. Vance is not embarrassing. He's a great American, and I'd be happy to have him as president. Were they nice biscuits? Yes, they were. There were a couple of different types of nice biscuits. They're small little biscuits. They don't seem like they're going to be high calorie. Marianne? Absolutely, you. I wanted to say Chihuahua, but couldn't remember how to spell it. Yeah, I'd like to be a Chihuahua. Because I'd get to scream too and bark and people wouldn't mind. If you don't have one biscuit, you can't want 2 or 3. Claire, you're totally right. That's what I said. Three mistakes with biscuits. We remember eating biscuits, and we remember how delicious they were, and we remember our mother giving us biscuits. We remember eating biscuits at the children's group, right? Number two, that once you have one biscuit, you want a second biscuit because biscuits are addictive. They are like drugs. So, yeah. And what was the third thing that I said? They're bad for you. And then you feel horrible. So you think, well, I'll have some more because you feel dirty. They feel dirty. Lammy is a joke. I imagine he is. He seems like a fun guy. You've never complimented me. I don't think you have, but I never wanted to be complimented. That's why when people do compliment me, it's really nice. You've been really hostile and negative to me a lot of the time. And I've loved every minute, Lucy. You've been hostile and negative to me. Yvette Cooper, what about Yvette Cooper? She seems like she knows what she's doing, actually. And I don't like women in politics. I don't, because it's just the way I am, basically. I almost never compliment him, Vatanai. No, you don't either. The two of you girls are like, let's get on Lewis's case. It's like that. I like that. And that's what makes me love these two. These are some of my favorite women here. Because they just tell me I'm vile and horrible. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for saying I'm funny. Yes, but a lot of people don't think that I'm funny. And these are women, Lucy and Joodles. Don't expect love. Maybe they know me. They don't give me the love and attention that I need. I didn't get love and attention from my mother. It's nice to get it, but it's also something. I also have a certain reaction to being treated badly, to have people hate me. I don't want to be hated too much, Thank you. Thank you very much. Someone says I was great tonight. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, so I think Kerry's right. I like Yvette Cooper, but she's on the wrong team. Yeah, so let's just, Lammy thank you very much. Talk soon. Lammy is a disgrace to the UK. Every leftist person they hate this country. Someone has to fight for England. 75% of government borrowing is used to pay the interest on previously borrowed money. Ring the bell. You can ring the bell. Ring my bell. Remember that song? You can ring my... That was a great song from the 1970s, maybe. Lammy said multiple times he wants reparations for slavery. Yeah, and we want reparations for bringing him books, whatever country his people came from. And maybe he didn't even come from that country. Come from Nigeria, where half of the people were slave sellers. Vatanai's music. Joodles, what are you jealous of? Are you jealous of? What are you jealous of, Vatanai? All is well with me, says Mark J. So Mark J comes in. How's everybody? Can we not ask how people are? I know this is like a club. You don't have to say, I'm here. How are you all? You don't have to ask. Guys, let's give Lewis a chance to catch up for a little. Yeah, because I'm really far down in the thing. Lammy isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. He said he thought a trans woman could grow a cervix. Yeah, that's not that bright. But it is something I've thought about, as every real man has thought about. Yeah, you want that to happen. I told my missus that phrase, never again. She's never forgotten it and totally understood why. Never again, never again, never again. And Israel has nuclear weapons. So you're not going to mess with... I'm not saying Israel is going to do that, but that's what happened in Gaza, is Israel said, okay, you want to mess with us, we're going to make you regret it. And maybe the Palestinians don't really regret it because they want to be victims like the Jews, because, they're so close to each other. But on the other hand, somebody like Tehran or Cairo or Aleppo or Beirut, they don't want their city totally flattened like that. Told Mrs. that phrase. That's what Chris King says. And so let me just say this. Yeah, let me just say this to to you guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not recommending it. Don't think that I'm recommending it. Okay, why do I have the curtains closed? Yeah, could be. No, because the light is coming in the background. Otherwise you're not going to be able to see me. You're not going to be able to see me. Can you see how bright that is? My friend Janice, this is a romantic. My friend Janice once had a dog that would watch her having sex. Yeah, he'd freeze in the corner staring at her and her boyfriend as they bang away. When the guy had gone, the dog would pee in the kitchen. Romantic. That's interesting. Yeah, I got a friend of mine who's has a cat who sleeps on her lap all the time. Oh, and I love cats, but maybe that's a bit too much. What do you think the peeing in the kitchen was for, Romantis? Is that a hostile dog? Is that an angry dog? But the gravy is white sauce and the biscuits are scones, says Maltese Phil. Americans are odd. They have biscuits and gravy. Not all Americans do, but in certain parts of the country they do, and they're really delicious. And they have white gravy. Yeah. It's because remember, the largest group for the longest time were Irish, Northern Irish people living in America, living in Kentucky and Tennessee and Georgia, all that area on the other side of the Appalachians. Okay. Cheese String is here. Yay for Cheese String. Lewis, I liked your comment about fat chicks and sex. Yeah, I don't know whether maybe that was misinterpreted. I was saying that if you're fat, a woman can have sex, but they won't love you as much. Okay? They won't love you as much. And the same thing with men. You know what? You could be rich and a man, and a woman will have sex with you and marry you and whatever, but they won't love you. They won't love you the way. Let me just close this thing. Maybe this thing should be closed more or something. Let me put this light on. Maybe that's too much. I'm going to press it to the side. I've got a very big light. Can you see the big light? Can you see that big light that I have? I paid like £5 in a charity shop. I don't remember where it was. But what happened there? Whoops. Uh-oh. Cable is not. Oh my God. We don't have a video now. We don't have a video. Don't go anywhere, everybody. Don't go. Let me fix the thing. Producer. Oh, we don't have the video. There you go. Again. Because I touched it. It shouldn't be that way. Can you see me? I can't see the screen. Why can't I see the screen? Number one, I can't see the screen and the video isn't on. I might have to end the show. Should I end the show? What should we do? I can't see the screen, so I can't comment anything. Anyway, this light, maybe the light. I'm going to have to go to the computer. I don't know. I'm gonna have to restart the show.